Good afternoon and welcome to the College of Pharmacy's 2026, class of 2026 White Coat Ceremony. My name is John Langell. I'm the president of Northeast Ohio Medical University. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you to this amazing event today. I'm going to ask that all of you who are able, please stand and face the flag. We are going to have a rendition of the national anthem sung to us by Mr. Timothy Coleman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Once again, welcome to the class of 2026 White Coat Ceremony. This is an especially important day here at the university. Two big days for us as this class goes through their educational programming. First is coming through the White Coat Ceremony, where you will be donning your white coat as a healthcare professional for the very, very first time. And eventually, 4 years later, when we bring you across the stage and provide your degree for all the hard work and accomplishments that you've been able to achieve here at Northeast Ohio Medical University. We hope all of you find this to be your home, whether you're a student or you're a family member, a friend. This is really meant to be your home for the next 4 years and beyond. We really think of lifelong bonding with our students and our family as critical, as we are here to serve your professional needs from now throughout your entire professional careers. NEOMED is focused on creating the exceptional student experience. That's more than lip service. It's really about meeting your whole needs, giving you a great educational program to help you achieve your career successes is part of what we must do. But it's our goal to make sure that you're also here and able to build upon friendships, create mentorships and bonds with your faculty and the staff that you'll be working with, and that we are able to help meet your social and your wellness needs. College of Pharmacy is a really tough program to be in, and it's tough because you have so many things to learn, and you're going to be caring for patients during their most vulnerable states. They're going to trust you. And the white coat that you're going to put on today is a symbol of that trust. Just as the badge of the police officer or the hat of the firefighter, when they see you, even though they've never met you before, they're immediately going to trust you. They're going to believe that you have their best interest at heart and that you are there to serve their needs. So when you wear that white coat, whether it's beat up from hours of evening shifts in the ICU, from coffee stains or body fluids, your goal is to wear it and to wear it humbly and to ensure that you keep it as clean as possible for the representation that it is to the patients that you're going to be caring for. We're really thrilled that you've chosen to come to Northeast Ohio Medical University. We have an incredible faculty and staff who are here to serve you, to develop you, and to eventually become your colleagues as you migrate all the way through our curriculum and finally across that stage. It's really my honor to be here with you today. And now it's also my honor to be able to bring to the platform Dr. Rick Kasmer, Dean of the College of Pharmacy.
Thank you, Dr. Blank. I appreciate all the comments. Class of 2026, welcome to your white coat ceremony. This is a very special day as you begin your professional journey within pharmacy. Now, I can assure our audience today that you are indeed a very special group of professionals. For each achievement, I am sure there was someone along the way who was your supporter, your cheerleader, or your advisor, and most likely a combination of all three. Some of those individuals may be here today to join in the celebration. I'd like to begin by asking the parents, so that's the parents of our pharmacy students, to please stand and remain standing for a moment. So parents, thank you. Stay standing. Now I'd like to ask the spouses, significant others, partners, children, and other family members to stand if able. And please, everybody, join me in recognizing their contributions to your successes today. I would also like to recognize additional members of the stage party. Thank you for that. Who represent our university administration and student leaders who do not have a speaking part today. I ask each to stand and remain standing as their names are announced. Representing the College of Pharmacy, Dr. Catherine Trump, Senior Associate Dean of Education and Interprofessional Education and Associate Professor of Pharmacy Practice. Dr. Seth Brownlee, Senior Associate Dean of Program Quality and Student Success and Associate Professor of Pharmacy Practice. From the University Board of Trustees, Mr. Richard McQueen, Chairman of the NEOMED Board of Trustees. Additionally, we have second-year students identified and selected by their peer students to be as coders for this event. Today we have 4: Frankie Benavides, Madeline Brayman, Olivia King, and Sophia Santos. Thank you all. I would also like to thank our outstanding faculty and staff for attending today's ceremony and joining us in welcoming you to our College of Pharmacy. You'll notice that some of our faculty wear gold cords during academic ceremonies. This signifies membership in our Master Teacher Guild. The Guild recognizes teaching excellence of the NEOMED faculty. It also is my pleasure to welcome other special friends of the College of Pharmacy who join us today. We also have in attendance several individuals who provide support and leadership to our college. The University Executive Management Team, the Dean's Advisory Council, the NEOMED Foundation, the Ohio State Board of Pharmacy, and our many pharmacy voluntary preceptors. Their wisdom and advice has been tremendous. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you all. We are here today to celebrate a very special occasion. Important times in our lives are often marked by ceremonies such as marriage and graduation. These times mark a difference between the life we used to live and the life that we will begin to live. We perform these rituals to reflect on what has taken place in the past, and what our future will be. Donning the white coat for the first time is a tangible symbol of the extraordinary journey you've embarked upon, and I suspect that you will carry the image with you forever. Northeast Ohio Medical University is pleased and proud to uphold this tradition. As you begin this journey, you are accepting the responsibilities of our profession, committing your time and effort to improving our systems of healthcare delivery, and dedicating your work to improve the health and quality of life of your patients. I look forward to getting to know each member of the class of 2026, and trust me, I will. Since the inception of the College of Pharmacy, we've been blessed with truly outstanding faculty, voluntary preceptors, and practice sites that dedicate themselves to educate, collaborate, share their professional experiences, and mentor our students across the 4-year curriculum. John Fike is one of those individuals. John? John earned his Bachelor of Science degree in pharmacy from Butler University in 1994 and earned his MBA from Walsh University in 2011. He is an adjunct professor of pharmacy practice at NEOMED and has served as the president of the Akron Area Society of Health System Pharmacists in 2017. John joined Summa Health as assistant director of pharmacy in 2014, and currently he is a vice president of pharmacy and respiratory services at Summa Health. In addition to that, he has served as a delegate for ASHP representing the state of Ohio. Previously served as the director of the pharmacy and professional affairs division of the Ohio Society of Health Assistant Pharmacists, and was actually named the pharmacy residency preceptor of the year for Summa Health in 2016. At a more local level, his accomplishments at Summa Health are significant to us. He has created Summa Health as a practice site for our P1 through 4 students, all 4 years of our program. Actually, he's created a PGY1 residency training program, a PGY2 program, and has hired numerous graduates to be part of his clinical pharmacy workforce. Now, the college took some time last week to think about what you've accomplished just over the past 5 years. We've created some interesting data that we thought we'd share today. So out of curiosity, how many pharmacy students do you think have passed through the Summa Health doors over the last 5 years? Any idea?
65.
Over 600 at the end of the day. Now, those 600 students have actually logged a great deal of experiential hours over the last 5 years at Summa Health. And over the last 5 years, they've logged in over 95,000 hours at your location. We stopped counting at 95,000. We thought that was more than satisfactory. 25 of our alumni have completed residency training after graduation. And today, by our count, over 20 NEOMED pharmacists are currently working as part of your workforce today. So I think your contribution at Summa Health has been significant. We thank you for that huge contribution to our student training program. So it is with great pleasure that I award the 2022 Pharmacy Dean's Leadership Award to John Fike for his continued, substantial, and generous support to our college and its initiatives. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Dr. Casmer, and thank you to the College of Pharmacy. I am humbled to receive this award on behalf of Summa Health. So to the class of 2026, congratulations. You are embarking on a great journey in a wonderful profession. I'm going to share with you a couple bullet points today, hopefully words that will resonate, recall this day for you as you reflect back. Number 1, be open-minded. Let the professors that you encounter, the preceptors you encounter, the instructors, peers, and other pharmacists shape and mold your mind. Number 2, be passionate. Be passionate about your learning. Be passionate about the college. Be passionate about your career path as you move through the curriculum. Number 3, be active. Join the societies on campus. Read, learn what's going on in practice of pharmacy. Join other service organizations. Work with your peers, and obviously be active and take care of your physical and mental health. Number 3, be resilient. You will undoubtedly face adversity as you move through the next 4 years of this curriculum. It's okay. We all learn how to deal with it. Bounce back and come back better and stronger. Now, the next one may shock you. The next point is you should be selfish. What does that mean? What that means is as you pursue your career goals, you're going to spend the majority of your time in the workforce. Be selfish. Don't settle for a position that you really aren't looking for. Make sure that you do all that you can do to get that job or that residency position that you really want. It'll be worth it in the end. You will be a significant contributor to our workforce. And then finally, give back. Give back to your families, those who have supported you, your friends, your college, and most importantly, your profession. The profession of pharmacy rests in your hands, and we can't believe that, we have to believe that it is in very, very good hands. Again, congratulations, and thank you very much.
Thank you, John. That's great advice for incoming students. I'm now delighted to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Julie Johnson. Dr. Johnson is a distinguished professor of pharmacy and medicine at the University of Florida. She received her BS in pharmacy from The Ohio State University and her doctor of pharmacy from the University of Texas at Austin. She completed a postdoctoral fellowship in cardiovascular pharmacology and pharmacokinetics, again at the Ohio State University. Dr. Johnson's research interests focuses on cardiovascular pharmacogenomics and the implementation of precise medicine approaches to clinical practice. She is an internationally recognized leader in clinical pharmacology, pharmacogenomics, and genomic medicine, with over 330 peer-reviewed publications and over $50 million in research funding as a principal investigator. In 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018, she was named a Clarivate Analytics highly cited researcher, indicating she's in the top 1% of the most highly cited scientists globally in the previous decade. She recently completed a term as the Dean of the College of Pharmacy at the University of Florida, having served in that role from 2013 to 2022. Under her leadership, the University of Florida College of Pharmacy implemented a new PharmD curriculum, grew its faculty by 90%. The U.S. News and World Report ranking rose from number 15 to number 5 under her leadership. Research funding grew at that location by 3.8-fold, and the research funding rankings rose from the high teens to number 3. In addition, she's had numerous service roles over the years, including work with the NIH, the FDA, the CDC, the American Heart Association, and the American College of Clinical Pharmacy. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Julie Johnson.
President Langell, Dean Casimir, distinguished faculty, members, most importantly, of the College of Pharmacy class of 2026, and honored guests here to celebrate them today. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here to share in this momentous occasion and to share some of my perspectives on what this day means relative to your journey in the profession of pharmacy. As you've already heard, the white coat is an international symbol of professionalism, not just for the pharmacy profession, but for the health science disciplines broadly. It says to the public that you are a trusted member of the health professions, that you have sought a career of service to others, that you have invested significant efforts in attaining an education that gives you the knowledge and the skills to serve others in your specific discipline. It's a symbol of trust, a symbol that indicates that you understand that the health of others is in your hands and that you will always behave in a way that is in their best interest. That's what the white coat means to the public. What does the white coat mean to us in the profession of pharmacy? It means all of those things, but you are joining us in the profession of pharmacy, and it means more to us. It means that you have made a commitment to our profession, that you seek to make society a better place through your work in the profession of pharmacy specifically. You're just starting that journey in your professional path, but you have been on a long journey of commitment that led you to the seat that you sit in today. And what we in the profession are thinking about is what is it that you will do as individuals, as the NEOMED class of 2026, as the national class of 2026, as a pharmacy graduate in the 2020s. I believe that the future of pharmacy is brighter than it perhaps ever has been. COVID-19 created immense challenges for our society and unprecedented pressures on the healthcare system. But it also provided tremendous opportunities for the pharmacy profession to rise to the challenge and document the many, many ways that pharmacists help create a healthier society. And I believe that the events of the last 2.5 years will translate to even better opportunities for pharmacists in the future. So we will be looking to you, those of you who will be leaders of the profession in 20 years or so, to help shape what the future of pharmacy looks like. We are looking for you to be transformational leaders in the profession. And I understand transformational leadership is one of the mission areas of NEOMED. So you may be thinking, I haven't even had my first pharmacy class. How can I possibly be a transformational leader? My advice, which you also have heard already, is to find your passion and follow it. Some have said that I have been a transformational leader as the dean of my college for the last 9 years. I'm 5 days out of that role. in advancing scientific knowledge in clinical pharmacology and pharmacogenomics, and in implementing pharmacogenomics into clinical practice. How did I get there? Was that my plan? Did I know 41 years ago when I was in the same seat that you are sitting in today at Ohio State, starting my journey as a pharmacy student, that this was what my future would hold? The answer to that question is no, I didn't. But it happened for me by finding my passion and by living that every day. So this is my advice for you as you begin your pharmacy journey. Find your passion and live it. And if you do this, there's little doubt you'll have an impact during your career, and there's also a very, very good chance that you will be a transformational leader. So let me tell you a little bit about my journey. When I entered pharmacy school in 1981 at Ohio State for my BS in pharmacy degree, so back in the day, the degree that you needed to practice pharmacy was a 5-year bachelor's degree. My goal was to own a pharmacy in my hometown of Delaware, Ohio, which is about an hour and a half from here. And if you go to Columbus, you pass through Delaware on your way from here. Community pharmacy was the only thing I knew about pharmacy. There was a pharmacy in my hometown that I loved, and my father was a small business owner. So it really made sense that this is what I thought I would do. So I did the logical thing. I got a job in the community pharmacy, first as a cashier and then as a pharmacy intern. I worked in that setting for several years during pharmacy school, and while I liked it, I was not convinced that that was exactly the place for me in pharmacy. So I moved then to work in a hospital pharmacy, and again, I liked it, but I felt that I needed to continue my search. That led to my post-baccalaureate PharmD degree, and I loved clinical practice, and I practiced actively for many years, and in fact, I have a license to practice pharmacy in the state of Ohio and in Florida. Although it's been many decades since I practiced in Ohio. But I still knew there was something slightly different ahead for me. That thing actually turned out to be two things. Research that was driven by my clinical knowledge and the potential to impact patient care and outcomes, and teaching the next generation of pharmacists and clinical scientists. This is my passion, and by finding it and then living it, the years have flown by for me. And I've been able to make substantial contributions to the scientific literature, some of which have impacted clinical practice in ways that can save lives. I've also helped to mold several thousand pharmacists and dozens of clinical scientists who have also gone on to make their own substantial contributions. Your path and your passion will very likely be different from mine, but there are many, many, many opportunities in pharmacy, so more than I'm sure you know today. So I encourage you to find your best fit. Don't be afraid to try different things. I ended up very clearly in a very different place from owning a pharmacy in my hometown in Delaware. So allow yourself to dream and explore and listen to your inner voice. That will help you find your passion. And know that it might take years to find it. Just keep looking. And how do you find your perfect fit in pharmacy? You start that journey today by taking advantage of all the opportunities that NEOMED will present to you. Those include finding opportunities to work in different spaces in pharmacy, as many different ones as you can. You can do that by spending time in your professional organizations, as you've already heard. That will also help you understand where your opportunities lie. Because there are some things you will like, there are some things you will love, and there are some things you will be just lukewarm about, and that is okay. Right? If we all love the same thing, it would be a really, really boring place. So find that thing that you truly love. When you get to the later years in your program, you'll have opportunities for advanced practice experiences. Some of those will be defined for you because they're required by our accrediting body, but you will get to choose some of your other opportunities. Again, create as diverse a list of opportunities and experiences as you can. And know that when you're sitting in these seats all dressed up again in 4 years, some of you will have found your passion in pharmacy. Some of you will have not. That's fine. It's a journey. It's really an evolutionary process. I had certainly not found that when I finished my first pharmacy degree. But be open to the opportunities that present themselves to you and give yourself the freedom to explore. The reality is the thing that might represent your passion might not even exist right now. For example, when I was a pharmacy student at Ohio State, I know for a fact that I never heard the word pharmacogenomics. And the reason I know I never heard that word is it didn't exist. It wasn't a word that had ever been used. Nor did I hear its predecessor word, pharmacogenetics. That word did exist, but it was a word, a term that was used only by a very, very small handful of researchers across the globe. But pharmacogenomics since that time has grown tremendously and presents really incredible opportunities for pharmacists. And I have had the luxury and the opportunity to help be part of that growth. Similarly, when I was a pharmacy student, we would never have talked about an informatics pharmacist because again, that concept, that idea didn't exist. And yet that too is an emerging and growing field. All of this is to say, pharmacy isn't static. There will be things that pharmacists do in 10 years that we aren't really thinking about now. There will be terms when you are 20 or 30 years out. There will be opportunities that we don't know about yet. And so help to develop and drive those. Help to be part of the future. Help to be someone who helps create those new paths. And once you find your passion, and even if you don't quite find your passion, it's really important to live with compassion. Remember that no matter what you do, there are people at the other end of what you're doing, and they deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, whether they are your classmates, your future patients, your coworkers, other healthcare professionals, or your family and friends. Treat them as you want to be treated yourself, the golden rule. And my final piece of advice is to strive to make a difference. If you find your passion and you live it with compassion, this part will be easy. And because you have chosen pharmacy as your profession, the opportunities for making a difference are tremendous. The last 30 months have shown how important pharmacists are to society. They have also shown the importance of research, scientific discovery, drug and vaccine development, all places where pharmacists play incredibly important roles. They also have highlighted the many ways that our healthcare system in our country is broken, that it has many inequities. We have a healthcare system where we spend more on healthcare than any country in the world, but we rank 52nd in infant mortality and 46th in life expectancy, placing us essentially last among all the developed nations in the world. And for the first time, even before COVID, our life expectancy began to fall. We are a nation that continues to have health outcomes defined largely by the zip code where you live. So this is an environment that fails to deliver good outcomes relative to the dollars we spend. And because of that, incentives in the healthcare system are changing. And many of these, I believe, will provide tremendous opportunity for pharmacists. So seize that opportunity and be an active participant in change. Let your life's light be a commitment to a life and a career of impact that will be rewarding for you and will change the lives of those around you. And in the words of Betsy Reese, if you think you're too small to be effective, you've never been in bed with a mosquito. So congratulations on your entry into the profession of pharmacy. Congratulations on receiving your white coat. Wear it with pride and remember what it symbolizes to the patients you will encounter. And remember that for those of us in the pharmacy profession, it means even more. It means you are committing to our profession, to serving our profession with the highest ideals and professional standards, and that we are looking to you to help advance our profession in the future. The next 4 years will be hard, they will be fun, and they will help shape your role in the profession. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Johnson, for those incredibly insightful remarks. It is greatly appreciated. We are honored to have you join us today for this major rite of passage for our first-year students. I would now like to welcome Dr. Sandra McPherson, Senior Executive Director of Academic Affairs and Student Services, to the podium for the presentation of white coats.
Thank you, Dr. Kasmer. And thank you to the friends and family, faculty, and staff who are gathered here for this very special occasion. It has been an honor guiding you through your successful orientation week and celebrating this important rite of passage. Members of the class of 2026, you will find an OPA pin attached to your white coats. This pin was generously provided by the Ohio Pharmacists Association, which is an organization dedicated to uniting the profession of pharmacy, encouraging interprofessional relations, and promoting public health through education, discussion, and legislation. You will also find a card in the pocket of your white coats. Now, the card includes the name of an individual who made a donation in honor of today's event to the Northeast Ohio Medical University Foundation Blue Fund campaign, which is an important effort to raise money for student scholarships and academic programs. On behalf of the university and our students, I would like to thank all of our donors. Students, also in your pocket is a copy of the professional expectations to which you have all committed as of yesterday, as a reminder of how by putting on your white coat, you're accepting the highest professional standards as a student and a future pharmacist. Our expectations of your conduct can be highlighted in a few key expectations. 1, altruism, to maintain the best interests of patients, not self. Accountability, to require ourselves to uphold the highest level of ethical precepts. Excellence, to make a conscientious effort to exceed the ordinary. Duty, to commit to service as a professional and personal goal. Honor and integrity, to advocate fairness, trustfulness, and recognize any potential wandering from ethical trajectories. And finally, respect for self and others, which is the essence of humanism, valuing diversity of background and thought, being kind to all we encounter. And now it is my pleasure to invite our student coders to come forward and take your place on stage to assist with the presentation of the white coats. It is my honor to invite the members of the class of 2026 to come forward with your white coat for the coding portion. Will those in the first row please stand and proceed to the stage? As you put on your coats, you are accepting the responsibilities, commitments, and privileges that come with wearing a white coat. I invite Dr. Langell, Dr. Kasmer, and Mr. McQueen to rise and take their place off stage, where they will offer their congratulations to our students after they receive their white coats. I would also like to invite our interpreters to be seated at this time and to thank them for their assistance throughout today's programs. Members of the audience, please hold your applause until all names have been called. Stevie Allen. Deanna Apicella. John Arco. Lauren Ashton. Ismael Assad. Richard Baum. Thomas B. Candace Booker. Olivia Brand. Henry Broche. Reese Bullock. Elvis Bousset. Mia Kavak. Jessica Church. Marissa Cody. Jocelyn Critchfield. Carmela Crozier. Amina Sora. Allison Diltz. Teresa Efaboteng. Mohammed Faruqi. Taylor Florek. Emma Garcia. Taylor Garvin. Haley Giroux. Mary Gomez. Ashley Horton. Taylor Houston. Ramjot Judge. Mitchell Cantor. Paramveer Kaur. Kayla Kelly. Molly Kelly. Adelina Kaur. Austin Kopek. Diane Michal. Jihad Mushaki. Andrew McMillan. Sarah Moore. Nicholas Morid. Cheyenne Mullins. Kalparahi Mutlan. Victoria Ogunowski. Mit Patel. Ben Petrus. Ashley Rafferty. Gage Ramos. Kaylee Ray. Megan Reynolds. Kevin Rogers. Allah Saleh. Alyssa Sanders. Ashley Sarkaday. Bobby Schragle. Brandon Scory. Juliet Smyers. Casey Spiker.
That's what I call that.
Luke Stoddaker. Lauren Taylor. Cameron Terzian. Caitlin Tooley. Mario Valletta. Tanner Vernon. Jeff Wittensoldner. Dr. Kasmer, I present to you the College of Pharmacy's class of 2026. And now I'd like to bring back Dr. Kasmer to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. McPherson. That's always the most exciting part about the event, don't you think? Absolutely. It's now my privilege to invite Dr. Jacqueline Rogers, a standout alumnus that graduated from NEOMED, to lead the recitation of the oath of a pharmacist and to share some words of wisdom on behalf of the alumni of the NEOMED Health Pharmacy. Dr. Rogers.
Thank you so much, Dean Kasmer. Members of the class of 2026, please accept my congratulations. Now please stand to recite the oath of a pharmacist with me. I invite all the pharmacists in the audience to stand and join us as we recite the oath of a pharmacist for a professional commitment. You can find the oath on the back cover of your program booklet. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to ensure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. Self-awareness. I will hold myself to the highest principles of our professional morals, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes to improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with fulfilling realization of the responsibility with my entrusted by the public. I got a different script. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Rogers. Now, several words there. You can come in P1 class.
Thank you, Dean Kasmer. As I look around the room, I see the future leaders of our profession. Because from this day forward, each of you is now a leader. The white coat you put on today is a symbol of your aspirations, your hard work, your professionalism, and most importantly, your leadership. Have you ever thought of yourself as a leader? It looks different to everybody. To some, it's leadership in a professional organization. To others, it's leadership on a medical team, or even leadership in the NEOMED community. Many of you will be the first in your family with medical knowledge, which makes you a leader in the healthcare decisions of your loved ones. Leadership is a calling, just like you were called to become a pharmacist. So congratulations and welcome. You are all now leaders, guiding the future of our profession. As leaders, I want each of you to make it your goal to have your presence felt when you are not there. It was once said that leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and ensuring that impact lasts in your absence. Over the next 4 years, it'll be easy to just go through the day-to-day motions in classes and rotations.
but I challenge each of you to ensure that every interaction you have with patients and the medical team not only improves care, but lasts beyond that single interaction. Spend the extra time with a newly diagnosed diabetic patient going through their medications, or demonstrate the proper technique of an inhaler to a scared mother with a son with uncontrolled asthma so that they are successful when they get home. Work with nurses, respiratory therapists, and physicians to ensure that a small medication error does not lead to patient harm down the line. And work with your classmates to build lifelong relationships and make connections so you can continue to ask questions and connect long after school ends. As I went through school here at NEOMED, some of the best advice I received are from the faculty in this room now, and it's made me the leader that I am today, and I want to share it with you. First, patients are your top priority. If you always put patients first in your decision-making, you can never go wrong. This was seen and felt during the pandemic period in which every decision we made was unprecedented. By keeping patients as our true north, pharmacists were able to become essential in immunizing the general public and facilitating the scarce treatment options to the critically ill. Second, know what you know and know what you don't. Each day I am humbled by the amount that I don't know, and I need to continue to learn. Learning does not stop when you walk across the stage in 2026. Create a goal to become a lifelong learner, which is critical in a profession that continues to grow, shift, and evolve, such as pharmacy. Finally, advocate for the profession. Your future depends on being part of a professional organization. It depends on lobbying for legislation, and it depends on continuing to elevate what we are able to do when we work at the top of our license. When you wear this white coat in everything you do and every interaction you have, you represent our profession. Demonstrate what all pharmacists are capable of by how you act, speak, and listen to others. These 4 years are going to determine the type of pharmacist you are for the rest of your career. It'll be guided by the friendships you make, experiences you have, and reflections on what you have learned. Remember that pharmacists are not only considered to be essential healthcare workers, but also transformational leaders, making a difference each day in our community. I have learned this concept of transformational leadership from my time here at NEOMED, and it's something that I've taken forward in my leadership. I strive to be adaptive and focus on the needs of others in my work as a pharmacist. I lean into my passions of developing others and creatively striving for solutions to problems that face our profession. However, as I sat where you are today, it was not that story. I was afraid to tell anybody my strengths or even my goals. And I feel that this really held me back early on in my career. So I want to encourage each of you to never be afraid to state your dreams and ambitions to those in this room today, your family, your friends, and your faculty. You are more likely to get the experiences and the mentorship you need to making these dreams a reality and having a cheering section along the way for every success and stumbling block on your journey to becoming a pharmacist. The white coat you wear right now marks the beginning of that journey. So wherever your pharmacy training takes you, wear your white coat with pride, privilege, and most importantly, humility. Remember this moment right now and the pride you feel when things get tough and you question the enormity of the challenge you have taken on. Remember that behind this white coat, there are the people that got you here, the kind of people that you want by your side over the next 4 years as you face these challenges and adventures. As a proud NEOMED alumni and pharmacist, I welcome you to a lifelong and fulfilling career in pharmacy. Congratulations, class of 2026. Best of luck and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rogers, for providing today's oath and those encouraging words. Thank you for returning to NEOMED. Incoming students, your white coat represents professionalism that would be expected of you as a student and as a pharmacist. As you begin your professional journey, I encourage you to envision the legacy that you want to leave so that you can plan and prepare for it and create it every day. The question for you to ponder is this one. What difference will you make in the lives of your patients, their families, and your community? As just recited in the Oath of a Pharmacist, you're committing yourself to a lifetime of service to others, and they will be counting on you. Almost half of Americans live with at least one chronic illness that accounts for about 84% of healthcare spending in the United States. Our primary weapons for the treatment of chronic disease are medications. Sadly, only 1 in 4 individuals never get their prescriptions filled, and when they do, most never get it refilled. You have an opportunity to make a significant difference. We have selected you to be a member of the Northeast Ohio Medical University College of Pharmacy, class of 2026, because we are confident that you share these important values and our commitments to the profession. We look forward to providing you with the skills, knowledge, and experience necessary to reach the highest standards in our profession. Unfortunately, this concludes today's program. I invite you to join us at the reception, which will be just outside this room today. And we look forward to continuing the celebration.